how to create a simple page on Elementor Wordpress. Now, okay, I'm just gonna go through on the basic options, all from intersection to heading, image, text editor, video, button, divider, spacer, Google Maps, and icons for this video. Okay, so first thing first, what you want to do is you click the plus button over here, and you can choose either a section with one column, a section with two columns, a section with three columns, and so forth. So in this case, I'm just going to choose one. And let's say if you want to put, and then once you do that, you click the nine dots over here, and then you have all these options. So first thing first, I'm going to put in heading, and I'm going to type hello world. You can do that too. And then once you're done, let's say if you want to put an image, click, hold, and drag. And as you can see that a blue highlight, so it's going to be below that yellow world. As you can see, it gives you a basic look. But what you want to do is you want to click this image on the left, and then you cannot choose any of these images. So once you do that, go all the way to the bottom right and click insert media. As you can see, it shows up, and let's say you want to align it to the left this time. So you can go to alignment and click left. As you can see, now it's on the left. And I click this area again to open up the plethora of options you can put into your page. Now we go to a text editor. And as you can see, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to leave it as it is. You can type anything you like, but I'm just going to assume, just assume this is just a text editor. So, you can just type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you do, random stuff. You can do that too. And then once you're done, let's say, oh, I want to put some YouTube videos. So, on the YouTube videos, you can click, hold, and drag. You can also put it here as well. As you can see, it has a default YouTube videos, but let's say you want to put a different video. So let's say, again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose, why not, Mr. Beast. So let's go with Mr. Beast. I'm going to pause that for a bit and then put in Mr. Beast. I'm going to go to the URL. Okay, so apparently you can't see it on this screen capture, but I'm just going to click that URL. I'm going to copy it. And once I copy it, I'm going to close this tab and go back here. As you can see, I'm going to double click the link field. And then I'm going to right click and paste. So I'm going to paste it. And as you can see, it shows Mr. Beast and his beautiful Lamborghini. So so that's that. So let's move on to the next one. So let's say if you have a click to action type of buttons that you would like people to click on. So basically something like contact us, or fill out our survey, or ask us for a quote. You can click, hold, and drag it, and I'm just gonna put it down here. As you can see, the default is click here. So I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna type something like contact us, something like that. And obviously you need to put a link to that. So under the link, just double click on that and find the contact us that is already in your site, if there's any, or if you want to change it to anywhere else. If you want to change it to external link, you can. If you want to put it to something like a youtube.com, you can do that too. So yeah, but in this case, I'm just gonna click contact us here, and it will take us to contact us. So that being said, you can actually choose the medium. You can choose the size. As you can see, you can make it really patty and really big. And I'm just gonna stay with medium in this case. Let's say if I want to change the color to basically style. As you can see, this is style, and this is applicable. This is available on every single element that you have. So whether it's heading, YouTube video, images, and all of these, all of them have style options. So anyway, let's go back to contact us, right click on it and click edit button. Let's go to styling, style. I want to change the background color to something else. So let's say I want to change it to red just to give me more oomph. So you can see I can actually move the button around. See, as you can see, wow, that's quite reddish. So maybe that's a little bit too much. Okay, that's good. So anyway, once that's done, I'm gonna go to, let's talk about the next one, will be the divider. So divider will be basically a line, and the purpose is to kind of like a separate between content, so people will be able to, you know, like in their mindset, they'll be able to, oh, okay, this is a different thing altogether. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click, hold, and drag, as you can see. You can also do the same thing to here. So I'm just gonna click this 9 thing here, as you can see. And I'm gonna click divider as well. Let's say if I put it here, that looks good. And yeah, so that's actually what it does. So just to make it a little bit more organized, a little bit cleaner look. And let's say, okay, so let's go with spacer. Spacer is basically almost similar to divider, except that spacer is basically just a padding. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click, hold, and drag it, and I'm gonna show you what it does. As you can see, it's just a blank space, and you can change the length of that space. I'm gonna put 30 in this case because this is only a demo, but you can change the height any way you like. Again, I'm gonna put spacer here as well. I'm just gonna put it here. Okay, I'm gonna put it 30 as well. Maybe 35. Okay, fine. Okay. 35. Okay, 38. Okay. Anyway, so okay, so once you do that, let's say, oh, okay, you know what? I want people to be able to find me and my business. Okay, let's go to Google Map. Click, hold, and drag, and let's say I'm just gonna put it here. As you can see, it uses London Eye as a default, but in this case, let's figure, let's say, excuse me, Capitol Building, Oklahoma City. By the way, if you put your own address, it's going to be a lot more accurate. So, you know, your business name or your actual office address, it will pinpoint you to the actual location. As you can see, it takes you to Oklahoma State Capitol. Excuse me. And again, you can change the zoom. Right now, it looks a little bit more, you know, a little bit more far away. So you want to close in just a little bit, just to be able to see the location. So that's a little bit better. So let's go for one more. So as you can see, it gets closer. Now let's say if you want to make it a little bit taller. So you like the map to be 6 feet tall. Well, I mean, you know, pixel wise, but yeah, you can actually do that too here. Excuse me. And as you can see, you can change it any way you like. So, by the way, taller is not always better. So sometimes you like it to be more compact. There you go. Anyway, so that's done, and let's talk about icon. Okay, I'm just gonna create a little bit more spacing here just to make it a little bit nicer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little spacer here. As you can see, now it looks a little bit nicer. There's a little separation, so it's easy to the eyes, easy on the eyes. I'm gonna do that too here. Click and drag, and I'm gonna leave it as it is. Let's do some icons. So you can do, excuse me, one icon. As you can see, it shows up, and you click that icon if you want to change it. Let's say if you want to change it to Facebook. Let's say you still have that Facebook, even though Facebook has been in trouble as of late. You know, I don't know why people still hang out on Facebook, and actually I do know, but anyway, let's go click insert, and let's say you want to make that go to the left. You can click left, or you want to make that go to the right, you can do that too. As you can see, you can actually make it frame. You can do that stack if you want. See, as you can see, you can even do square if you want. You can do that too. Circle. You can do default, just the way it looks. You can even make it frame. As you can see, you can make it circle and square. So yeah, the options are endless on this one, but since this is only a quick tutorial, we are going to go in depth on the next video or so. Anyway, I'm just going to make this a little bit nicer. So what I mean by that is I'm just going to create maybe 2-3 columns, make them a little bit more presentable. And this is where the intersection comes in. Actually, there are two ways to do it. You can use intersection, or you can actually create another section. So let's say I'm going to show you the intersection first. So basically intersection is section within the section, because obviously this is the section. So what you want to do is you kind of click and hold and drag, and let's say if I want to put it here on the top, as you can see, by default it has 2 columns. But so okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this hello world on the right, and then click and hold and drag, and I'm gonna drag it here, and then I'll release. As you can see, it goes here. And then let's say I'm gonna do the same thing with the image as well. Click and hold and drag on the top right side of the element, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with the text over here. So I'm just gonna click, hold and drag, and I'm gonna put it over here. As you can see, it shows, it looks nice, beautiful. And I'm gonna put this big Mr. Beast face on the right column. I hope the flies doesn't go into this mat, because that would be really gross. But anyway, that's done. So I'm gonna delete, as you can see, so we have divider, we have spacer, we have spacer, and we have divider. So I'm just gonna delete at least 2 of them. I'm gonna delete this one. So I'm gonna click here, right click, and then all the way I'm gonna click delete. We have another spacer here, as you can see. I'm just gonna right click here and click delete. So we have the spacer here. I think I'm actually gonna delete this spacer, because too much space. Excuse me. But I'm gonna leave this part alone. So as you can see, that's how you do it if you want to do intersection, which is a section within a section. Now, one thing in mind, once you put in an intersection, you cannot put another intersection within that intersection. I mean, this is as far as you can go. So let's say if you want to have 2 columns like this, and then, you know, on the left column, let's say you want to have another section, you know, 3 sections here, you can't do that, because this is as far as you can go. So section, intersection, and that's it. So the only way to combat that is by creating another section. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom, click the plus button again. But in this case, I'm just gonna create 2. You know what? Okay, I'm just gonna do 3 on this one. Okay, just to demonstrate. As you can see, you got 1, 2, 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'll be moving the Oklahoma State Capitol to the left, to the right. See, as you can see, I'm click, hold and drag, and then as you can see, it's right here, and I'm gonna release it. And and then let's say if I want to put this icon somewhere in the center, as you can see, it's right here. And let's say if you want to put contact us here, you're just gonna click, hold and drag, and put it over here, and that's that. So as you can see, it's a lot more presentable. At least it's a lot more condensed. Excuse me. And okay, so basically what I did, I deleted all of those extra spaces and divider and all that. But let's say, oh, you know what, it looks a little bit unbalanced. Let's add some text to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go back to text editor. I'm gonna drag it over here. So as you can see, you can actually type something here, and obviously you can type anything you like. And yeah, so let's say, by the way, you can also, I believe, you can also change the alignment. So to align this text, you need to go to the style over here and then click style, and then you click the center over here. There you go, it looks center. So let's say on the contact us, you know what, actually let's delete contact us. Right click, delete, and then you want to create a legitimate contact us form. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down a little bit until you reach the pro section, and then on the pro section you have a form, and click, hold and drag on that. As you can see, you have name, email, messages. This is all good. First thing you need to do is you need to click the change the form name so that you will be able to identify them later. That will be contact form. Obviously, name, email, message. Now, let's say you want to require a name. Name should be a requirement. So what you want to do is you click the name, click required. And then as you can see, it's required. And I believe email is required as well. And then you need people to know that those two fields are required. So I'm just going to click this, and that's it. So it shows. So basically, this is well, I was planning to make this very short, but apparently turned out to be a little bit more than 10 minutes, at least. But yeah, if you have any questions on what you want to do with the Elementor, with the page, you want to do more stuff, but you don't know how to, leave a comment down below, and we'll make a video to address those questions. And as usual, click like, subscribe, and click the bell notification button. And the principle is as simple: the more questions you have, the more videos we're going to put out. I mean, to our humanly possible, limit. But yeah, that'll be all, and I'll see you guys on the next one.